All right, welcome back in. And the next step that we need to go through is to download our assets and just get the materials we'll need to start our project and get the project going. So the first thing we need obviously is a target. Well, not obvious to you yet, but the way augmented reality works is in this respect, you need a target for the camera to look at, and then it will lay the experience on top of said target. So we're going to get our target. So we're going to use a QR code because they're very easy to deal with. Their colors are very contrasting, right? So the one part is hard black, the other is hard white. So the computer camera can see it clear. So any target you use, if you want to use a dinosaur, you want to use a car, if the grass and the dinosaur are similar colors or different things are similar, cameras are not like the human eye. They can only perceive what they see and it'll come off as very much the same. So try to use contrasting, very aggressive lights, very aggressive darks as your target, and you'll see good results. All right, so we're going to go to Google. We're going to search for QR code generator. The one that I'm using today that I've come to like is QR.io. You don't need an account for this. It's just a quick way to get something going. So you're going to come here. You're going to go to QR.io generator. You can see there's links. We're going to use that. So we're going to use something like apple.com. They have a compare MacBook models link, right? So we're going to use that as our target link. So we're going to paste that in the submit URL section, and you'll notice that in a couple seconds it will generate your QR code and you're done. You could download the PDF or SVG, what have you, or if you're on a Mac, you can even take a screenshot, so that way if you're worried about downloading something else, you can just screenshot it and go about it. Take your phone, turn on your camera and point it at the QR code and see if it activates. If you get the go to, when you tap it, make sure it goes to the site that you posted, and you're good. There are options. You could change the colors and all these different things. When you make your account, you get even more features and more things. For this, don't bother. Just use the basics. That way we can get going fast and move through this. Perfect. So now we have our target QR code. The next thing we want to do is find a video and a 3D model or object that will be displayed on top of this target. So we're going to start with the video. So let's go to pexels.com. If you made an account, perfect. Go there, find any video. You can see here I did MacBooks, or you can do whatever you want. Just find something. Don't spend too much time on. Just get something small and something fast, something short, just to see the results work. Because once we're done, you could change all these things so easily. Don't get caught up in searching for the perfect picture and perfect. Just download something small. Perfect. So now we have our target. We have our video output. Now we're going to also download a 3D model as a 3D model output. So we're going to Google Sketchfab free models. And when we do this, Sketchfab has kind of a starter page. It has some beautiful assets we can download. Let's download one of these cars that are free. And then we're going to download the drone that has, propellers and things like that. That's also free. The formats that we're looking at are FBX and GLTF. I'm sure there are numerous formats that Unity can use, but for the sake of this tutorial, we're only going to download those two types of formats, and I want you to notice the different file size differences in those two formats. And as we drag them into Unity and it imports the packages, you'll kind of see how they act a little different or very similar. But again, just get a FBX, and OBJ is also another one, or GLTF. Great, so now we have all of our assets that we need. The next thing we need to do is download Unity. So let's go ahead and download the Unity Hub. So Unity is it's different in some respect, where with this application you download the Hub, and the Hub is the place you'll go to get the latest version of Unity or a previous version of Unity for a project you're working on, but the Hub is going to be your starting point for everything you do. Perfect. So now we've downloaded and installed Unity Hub. It's time to open it, log in, and get started. So on the bottom, you'll notice there's a community section, and this section just has different things and different resources. There is a Learn tab that has tons of tutorials, just different tools to get you started and really help you make things with Unity. there's the install section, and here is where you download the Unity application, so to speak, where if I'm working on a team and they're using an older version of Unity, here I can go to install editor and find that exact version they're using. If I'm brand new, I'll come here and download the latest version and use that. When I download the latest version or any version, for the sake of AR, you want to add the Android build support and the iOS build support. And if you're doing anything else in the future, you'll know what to select. But you'll go through, select that, and then the very bottom, you want to add the documentation. That way it's there, it's downloaded. If you're offline, you have access to it. You go ahead, accept the license, you hit install, and you'll notice on the bottom left, there's a download box, and you'll see the progress of the download going. So if you're on a Mac and you run into a install failed error message like I did here on mine, this is simply saying the application for Unity Hub is downloaded to the applications folder. It's trying to download the versions of Unity into the same folder, and the app does not have permissions to write to the applications folder. All you have to do is change this directory and settings to your user account directory / Unity or / whatever you want to call it, and that will allow you to progress and download what you need to download. I tend to keep my Unity things in the same place. So my Unity installs are, I have a folder, so I have my home folder. I have a folder inside called Unity Installs, and then another folder inside called Unity Projects. And that way everything for Unity is stored in one place. And I actually have an extra folder called Unity Exports, where when we're done, we'll be exporting things out. It all is contained. Now our install is complete. We have Unity, we're ready to go. So we're going to go up to projects, we're going to click on new project, and from here we're going to do 3D Core. We're going to name the project, you can just name it test, tutorial 1, whatever. Location, I tend to keep my Unity things in the same place. So my Unity installs are, I have a folder, so I have my home folder. I have a folder inside called Unity Installs, and then another folder inside called Unity Projects. And that way everything for Unity is stored in one place. And I actually have an extra folder called Unity Exports, where when we're done, we'll be exporting things out. It all is contained in that same place. So do that, hit create project. It's going to download what it needs to download. It'll open up, it'll let you know if there's any updates for Unity, and would you like to download the newest version. That's all up to you. But again, run through those steps and we're ready to go.